What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news. And before I jump into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Now, this intro is going to be a little bit longer than usual. I need to go over a few things. First up, I want to thank everybody who purchased the first Sneaker Files t-shirt ever to be released. The shirts have been sent out to you. You should have received an email with tracking, and they all should be delivered by this week. Now, today, I'm launching 2 new designs, and I'm pretty excited about these designs because I came up with the concept myself. A lot of thinking, digging through photos, and we have 2 shirts. And those shirts are known as Spooky Hours and Need for Speed. So the Need for Speed shirt is for the Air Jordan 14. Sizes available are small all the way up to 4XL. And a limited run will be available. Now the second shirt, known as Spooky Hours, there's 2 versions. One, it has MJ wearing a red Sneaker Files jersey. The other has him wearing a gray one. So the gray one more matches the Air Jordan 4 Fear that's coming. And then the red one, you could pretty much match with any pair of Air Jordans. Now, obviously, for this shirt, the inspiration is the Air Jordan 4 Fear, but as well Halloween. So my favorite holiday is Halloween. I always wanted to drop a Halloween-inspired shirt, so I had the chance to. Now, both versions of the Spooky Hours is available in black and gray as for the base color. And then the Need for Speed shirt is available in black, gray, and white. Typically, I like wearing black, but since the 14s have a lot of white on them, it's probably best to also offer a white version of the shirt. So yeah, this has been in the making for a few months now, the idea and everything. And if you pick up a shirt, I greatly appreciate it. Definitely helps support the channel. This is also a pre-order. Things are going to run a lot more smoothly now. I got everything under wraps. They'll also feature custom labels on the inside of the shirt with the Sneaker Files logo. But yeah, both shirts are available now. There will be a link in the description below. It'll take you to shop.SneakerFiles.com, the official store. And like always, I appreciate you guys if you want to check it out, if you're interested in picking one up. I appreciate your support. And if you cop one, take a picture of it, and I definitely will share it on my social media accounts. Now, getting into the news of this video. I have exclusive details that the Air Jordan 3 Pure Money will return in 2025. As well, we're going to go over the entire Doernbecher collection and a lot more from Jordan Brand. Now, there's a couple things from Nike and one thing from ADIDAS. And now, let's jump into the news. Starting this video off with ADIDAS, we have a first look at the ADIDAS Crazy 8 Philly. Now, for those that don't know, this was Kobe Bryant's signature shoe at one point, and since Kobe Bryant was born in Philadelphia, the Three Stripes brand is paying tribute to Kobe with this Philly pair. Now, there was another Philly pair that dropped. Now, the difference between that pair and this one is the other one featured mainly red. So, for this one, it comes with royal blue suede and off-white leather on the upper, and then we have red on the branding, liner, and heel pull tabs. The shoe also features gold accents on the tongue, and then finishing the look is white and royal blue on the midsole and the rubber outsole. So for this pair, they're going to drop on November 1st for $150. Retailer photos just popped up of the Nike Kobe 9 Elite Protro Christmas, and this is our first look. And to me, this looks identical to the original pair. So, for those that don't know, this shoe was originally released on December 26, 2014, just a day after Christmas. However, Kobe Bryant didn't play on Christmas Day in 2014. Usually Kobe Bryant wears the Christmas Day shoes that drop on Christmas Day, even if the shoes actually released the day after. But since he wasn't playing, there was other Lakers players who were wearing this shoe. So the pair features bright crimson, black, and white. It comes constructed with red Flyknit on the overlays. It also has a carbon fiber heel counter for support. Kobe Shield logo lands on the tongues. And then the stitches on the heel represent Bryant's torn Achilles. That's also done in green. And then we have a mixture of red, white, and black, and a little bit of green on the midsole and the rubber outsole. Overall, these are nice. It's just that so much stuff is dropping this holiday season that I may have to look over them, and I don't like it, but again, there's a lot of stuff dropping in this holiday season, and then in 2025, we have so much stuff dropping. But for those who want to pick them up, they are going to drop on December 12th for $240. Just the other day, Nike and Doernbecher officially unveiled the Doernbecher Freestyle 20 collection. Now, in this collection is 6 different pairs of shoes. We have 5 from Nike and 1 from Jordan brand. So since we're in the Nike segment of the video, I'm going to cover all of the Nikes dropping part of the DB collection. And then later on, I'm going to talk about the Air Jordan 6 as well as the very limited Air Jordan 20. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a release date for the entire collection, but I did want to run down the press release, talk about each designer, the inspiration behind the shoes, and we do have the retail price for each, so we at least have that. But just as a heads up, the whole collection is supposed to drop this holiday season. It could be late November or even December. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pretty much read from Doernbecher's press release and then add in a little more details that they left off. So the first pair is the Nike Sabrina 2, and it was designed by Sophia Jenkins. In 2022, Sophia was an active kid who loved playing soccer, running track, and participating in CrossFit Kids classes. And then her legs started hurting. At first, the family chalked it up to growing pains, but further testing revealed bone cancer. To treat the disease, Sophia underwent months of chemotherapy and surgery to amputate part of her right leg above the knee. You would think this might have slowed Sophia down a bit. Instead, she promptly taught herself to do a one-legged backflip and resolved to become a parasport athlete. I want to play wheelchair basketball or amputee soccer, she said. Those are my 2 favorite sports. Her doctor, Duncan Ramsey, MD, MS, says Sophia's can-do attitude is already serving as an inspiration to other kids. Sophia's happy-go-lucky Sabrina 2 is scattered with flowers, smiley faces, and an image of her favorite, Stuffy, a pickle with hearts on it. For those who enjoy a dash of cozy comfort with their sneakers, the ankle collar is lined with the same textures as Sophia's beloved fuzzy blanket. I bought my blanket to my team at Nike and they made an exact copy of it, she marveled. As a friendly touch, Sophia added a friendly reminder on the back heel to live life the way she does, Sophia Strong. The retail price on the Sabrina 2 Doernbecher is $130. Next up, we have Tima Cervenko. I apologize if I mispronounced his name, but he worked on the Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 41. If you never heard of XLP, you're not alone. The immune system disorder is extremely rare, affecting only about 1 out of 1 million boys, and Tima is one of them. I was really sick, he recalled, of the years before his diagnosis. I got super skinny and felt tired all the time. To help restart his immune system, Tima received a bone marrow transplant at Doernbecher on March 4th, 2022, a day he refers to as his 2nd birthday. The team at Doernbecher was amazing, added his mom, Luba. They made Tima feel right at home and decorated his room with all sorts of fun things so he wouldn't feel scared. We knew he was in great hands. Now that he's feeling better, Tima can get back to all his favorite activities like building Lego sets, watching soccer, and hanging out with his family. When you look at Tima's Pegasus 41, one thing is abundantly clear. Tima loves cats. His feline-inspired design features his cat, Mirka, playfully hanging off the lateral swoosh, as well as a subtle paw prints and a fuzzy lace patch that looks like his favorite cat, Stuffy. I also put a big paw print on the outsole so you can leave cat tracks wherever you go, he explained. The tropical colors on the back are a tribute to Tima's bone marrow donor who lives in Florida. I went there to meet her and she was so nice, he said. Her name can also be found on the tips of the laces next to the date of his transplant. Tima has big plans to become an engineer someday so he can realize his dream of designing robots. And his first creation, a robotic cat, he grinned. The retail price for the Air Zoom Pegasus 41 Doernbecher is $130. Connor Casing Fernandez designed his own Nike Air Max DN. Now, reading from Doernbecher's press release, in 2019, Connor had an unexpected and unexplained brain bleed. Then, in 2022, it happened again, and this time, doctors discovered a large brain tumor. A shunt was placed to relieve the pressure, and Connor began chemotherapy to treat the tumor, but in 2023, he experienced yet another brain bleed. At this point, OHSU neurosurgeons decided to resect a large portion of the tumor in a complex operation that lasted over 14 hours. Months of recovery followed, including intensive rehabilitation to help with Connor's memory and coordination impairments. Through it all, Connor's motto has served as a driving force for him and his family. There's a lot of uncertainty with my condition, and sometimes it feels overwhelming, he admitted. Rather than worry about the what ifs, we decided to take things one step at a time. You need me to get up and walk today? Okay, that's my goal, step by step. You'll find the encouraging words on the outsole and the air bubble of Connor's Air Max SNDR, one side in English, the other in Spanish. So the encouraging words is paso a paso, which means step by step. On the upper, he added words that describe his experience and the things he loves best: wonder, healing, caregivers, family, sunrises, butterflies, and quesadillas. As for the metallic gold pattern, Connor says he took his inspiration from Zentangle, an abstract art form that turns repetitive patterns into beautiful mosaics. For those with musical aptitude, take a closer look at the music notes that circle the upper. That's a piano duet that Connor wrote with his big sister, Tess. It doesn't really have a name, we just call it our song, he smiled. The left shoe is what you play on the left hand, and the right shoe is the right hand part. A gifted musician, Connor makes a beeline for the historic grand piano in Doernbecher's lobby during every visit to perform a mini concert for anyone who happens to be nearby. I know how anxious you can feel going to the hospital, and I also know how healing music can be, he said. He also hopes his shoe will raise a lot of money to support his medical team's work. They're the reason I am here and able to share my story, Connor reflected. If I can help my caregivers help other kids, well, that would be pretty amazing. The Air Max SNDR Doernbecher will retail for $170. Next up we have Quinn Nims, and she designed her own Nike Air Max SNDR. Quinn wants you to know that while she may be tiny, she's also strong. Not only does this adventurous girl love to hike and fearlessly ascend climbing walls, but she has also endured more than a fair share of medical challenges. As Quinn describes it, when I was 3, my parents took me to Doernbecher to find out why my body didn't work like other kids. Turns out Quinn was born with a rare defect of her bladder and gastrointestinal system that would require several major surgeries to correct. Quinn withstood it all like a champ, said her doctor, Casey Seidman, MD, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Even after an all-day surgery to reconstruct her bladder, she still had a smile on her face. She's just absolute sunshine. The sunny personality is evident on the Air Max SNDR. I wanted to make the happiest shoe I could think of, Quinn explained. She describes the splatter print on the upper as splashes of joy and power, while the spiky mudguard is a nod to her love of dragons. Her name lives on the tongue, and just in case you need a reminder, the words tiny but strong can be found on the inner part of the tongue. As Quinn looks ahead, she dreams of becoming a writer and traveling the distant lands. Turkey is on the top of her list. But she's also a big fan of living in the moment and enjoying the newfound independence her medical team has given her. The retail price on the Nike Air Max SNDR Doernbecher is $185. Now this is the last pair from Nike, and in my opinion, this is my favorite. All the kids did a great job. I love the stories of each, but looks-wise, this is definitely my favorite. And we have Jakai Taylor, who designed his own Nike Air 180. So, reading from the press release, if you've ever wondered what it's like to live with type 1 diabetes, T1D, Jakai has you covered. This budding social media star frequently appears on his mom's TikTok account to share all the intricacies of his condition, from changing his insulin pump to monitoring his blood sugar. He's even used his platform to garner naming suggestions for the family's new kitten. The winning name was Juicy, in a nod to the juice boxes he loves. Jakai has been an inspiration to other children with T1D, both virtually and in person, says Charlene Lai, MD. There are documented racial, ethnic, and income disparities in technology use for children with T1D, and I believe that Jakai's social media presence and advocacy for diabetes technology is very important. When he's not making content, this outgoing athletic kid plays competitive soccer as well as basketball and football. Someday, Jakai hopes to become a professional soccer player or turn his love of video games into a career as a pro gamer. Jakai's vibrant personality is channeled directly into his very own Air 180, which features an energetic color palette, reflective lightning bolts, and glow-in-the-dark outsole. You'll find his soccer number on the back heel, a bubbly swoosh, and a bold T1D logo on the tongue. Be sure to flip through the multiple soccer crests that can hang off his shoes, some of which mimic the decorative stickers that overlay Jakai's continuous glucose monitor. While Jakai will continue to manage his condition for the rest of his life, he's grateful that he has such a strong support network to help him do it. The Nike Air 180 Doernbecher will retail at $160. So that's going to wrap it up from Nike. Let me know which is your favorite pair from the Nike Doernbecher Freestyle 20 collection. Alright, moving on to Jordan Brand, and official photos popped up of the Air Jordan 4 Pure Platinum. As most of you know, this is a kids exclusive, and what I found interesting about the official photos, in comparison to retail images that we've seen, the Pure Platinum used on the upper, it looks a lot more blue in these images. Now, more than likely that is due to the lighting, and if you're interested in buying this shoe, it's probably something you want to see in hand, so you can gauge how blue or not blue it is. But yeah, just wanted to give you the heads up on that. The official colorway is Pure Platinum, Metallic Gold, Cell, and Black, and they're going to drop on November 1st for $160. Okay, so in my last video, I talked about the release date possibly changing for the Air Jordan 14 Black Toe, and the reason for that was that retailers said, hey, they're going to drop on October 25th. The initial release date was November 2nd. Now, in my last video, I said it wasn't confirmed, and I didn't want to confirm it yet because I wanted to wait and see when the Sneakers app was going to list them, because at that time, they weren't shown on the Sneakers app. But that has changed, and the release date is confirmed for November 2nd. So these retailers that have them for October 25th should be changing over to November 2nd. And the boutiques that I've talked to and others that talk to them as well, they should be getting an email if they haven't already from Nike just to let them know, hey, we're dropping these on November 2nd. So just wanted to give you the heads up on that as well. And the retail price in adult sizing is $210, while grade school sizes will cost $160. A lot of things are shifting in 2025 as far as releases go. Some stuff is getting pushed back. Some stuff is being scrapped. I've talked about the stuff that has been scrapped in past videos, but another shoe that has been delayed, and this has been confirmed by multiple sources, is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Rare Air in Deep Royal Blue. Now, these were initially supposed to drop on February 1st. However, they're now supposed to be released in April. So unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date in April, but yeah, unfortunately, they have been pushed back, which I find a little bit odd because it appears that they're already in production. But at the same time, it kind of makes sense because there's a lot of good stuff dropping in January, February, and even March. And this colorway is actually pretty decent. So if you wanted to have like an actual chance for people to buy, maybe push them back in a slower month. Now, what's cool about this shoe is that the wings logo is mismatched. So on the right shoe, it features Air Jordan, and then on the left, it has Nike Air. Also, the swoosh logos will wear away. So in some of the images, you could see that the black is fading, and it's showing what's underneath, which is red. These are really clean in my opinion, but since there's so much stuff dropping, it could get overlooked. But just to recap the release info, this pair will drop sometime in April. They will be available in full family sizing. So in men's sizing, it'll cost $180. Grade school is priced at $140. Preschool is priced at $85. And toddler sizes will cost $70. For those that don't know, there's a second pair of the Air Jordan 1 High OG, part of the Rare Air collection. This pair is known as Cinnabar. It's also a women's exclusive release. And in my opinion, it's not a bad color blocking, but I don't think they're as nice as the Deep Royal Blue. And yes, it's part due to the colorway, but also it doesn't look like it'll feature any wear away detailing. Now the swoosh on these is constructed with suede. Now on the lateral side of this shoe, we have the Air Jordan Wings logo. That will be in red. And then on the medial side, we'll have the Wings logo, but it'll read Nike Air, and that will be done in black. Also, the insoles will have Rare Air branding. They also come with an aged midsole and double laces. So the red used is what's being called Cinnabar, which is kind of like a cinnamon shade. And these aren't bad. They're not bad at all. But again, it's just going to be piled up in the amount of releases that people are more looking forward to. So again, these will probably go on sale. It doesn't mean it's a bad shoe. And if you like them, they'll be easy to pick up. But originally, they were supposed to drop on January 18th, but now they're going to release sometime in April. Also, the retail price will be $180. Unless you count the sample photo of the Awake NY Jordan Airship in Game Royal at first look, and it was behind the University Red pair, this is actually a first look. Maybe I should say a first detailed look, because with these images, we can tell what's going on. Although it's pretty much identical to the University Red pair, the only difference is we have blue. But in my opinion, I think this pair is better than the red pair. And again, that's just my opinion. Now, the official colorway on these is Cell, Game Royal, and Metallic Platinum. This pair also features the Boutique's A logo embroidered on the lateral toe and has metallic platinum on the swooshes across the panels. Game Royal outlines the backdrop of the swoosh, as well as covering the ankles with a snakeskin textured finish. Awake NY branding is infused into the Wings logo and replaces the Nike Air on the left heel, and other details includes an aged midsole and a gum rubber outsole. And the outsole is aged, which again, something I'm a big fan of. I like that look quite a bit. But we do have a new release date. This pair is expected to drop on November 20th, and the retail price will be $150. Also, I mentioned this in a previous video, but in 2025, I haven't heard of any Jordan airships dropping, so this might be the last one for a while. Now, I really wish Jordan Brand was releasing this pair at retailers, but unfortunately, they're not. But this is a first look at the Air Jordan 20 Doernbecher Freestyle, which is limited to 20 pairs, so extremely limited. And this pair is being launched to celebrate the 20th anniversary of OHSU Doernbecher's Children's Hospital and Nike. So the first time they connected was in 2004. I believe it was on the Air Jordan 2 with Jordan Brand. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Now, in this video so far, I've went over everything with Nike that is dropping part of the Doernbecher Freestyle 20 collection, but there's one more pair I'm going to go over next that will be available at retailers. Unfortunately, this pair won't. Now, it makes sense that they picked the Air Jordan 20. They're celebrating 20 years. Now, going over the shoes, they feature a clean white base, and then across the midfoot strap, we have laser engravings, which has like a playful theme throughout. That same design is seen on the liner. We have black on the heel and blue on the ankle strap, which I think looks really good. Now, on the medial side, each pair is individually numbered out of 20. The shoes will also come with a special wooden box with more laser engravings throughout, and they'll come with a jacket. So I'll include an image of the jacket in this video so you can check it out. Now, if you're interested in trying to pick up a pair, again, there's only going to be 20 available, and they're going to be auctioned off starting today, and it'll run until October 30th at noon Eastern Standard Time. Now, the bidding starts at $1, but it's estimated to go for about $2,000 each, according to Sotheby's, which is doing the auctioning. But yeah, I think these are incredible. It's probably one of the better Doernbecher pairs that I've seen in some time. Maybe it's just that I haven't seen an Air Jordan 20 release in so long that I kind of get excited when I see one. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Air Jordan 20 Doernbecher. Do you think Jordan Brand and Doernbecher should have released these to the public? Picking up where I left off with Nike, the last pair part of the Doernbecher collection that's dropping in 2024 is designed by Jillian Beagley, and it's the Air Jordan 6. So, reading from the press release, diagnosed with a serious liver disease as an infant, doctors predicted that Jillian would need a transplant by the time she was in kindergarten. However, Jillian's strength and resolve pushed that timeline back. She managed to live a full and active life all the way until she turned 11. That's when Jillian received a life-saving liver transplant. These days, the upbeat teen is living life to the fullest and has already helped the Tigard Tigers win a state basketball championship title. She dreams of playing college basketball and plans to become a nurse. The nurses at Doernbecher were so caring and really went out of their way to put me at ease, she recalled. I'll never forget all the little acts of kindness, and I hope to pay it forward with other kids someday. Jillian's Air Jordan 6 Retro is all about options with toe boxes that reveal a different color with wear and fun, interchangeable patches of some of her favorite things. Her water bottle, lacrosse stick, and a cool cucumber slice all make an appearance. The heart-shaped perforations are a subtle reminder to live life with kindness, and embroidered on the toe boxes, Jillian shares a heartfelt message: give life. That's a tribute to my organ donor, who gave me a second chance at life, she explained. I hope it will inspire other people to register to be organ donors because there are so many kids out there on transplant waiting lists. As someone who is constantly looking for ways to help others, Jillian says her Doernbecher Freestyle experience was a dream come true. Again, no release date for the Air Jordan 6 Doernbecher. However, they're going to drop holiday 2024, probably between November and December. And the retail price is said to be $200, but don't be surprised if it's a little bit higher than that. We have a couple sets of on-feet photos of two different shoes, but the first one I'm going to go over is the Air Jordan 11 Bred Velvet. Now, these aren't the best on-feet photos. The images are nice, but they don't show a ton of different angles like some other people who drop on-feet images. But it does serve its purpose. One thing I do notice about the shoes is they always look different, and that might just be due to the velvet material on the upper. For example, in some of these images, it looks kind of aged, like a little bit rougher in certain parts, and then it's like a very smooth, dark black, which I kind of like too. I like both looks. Maybe if I get a brush or something, I'll make it all either like an aged look or a dark black look. I like both, but I don't like how it looks like half and half, kind of faded. That's just my opinion, of course. Now, these are pretty much on point to the Bred Air Jordan 11. The OG colorway, there is some differences. For example, we have metal for the Jumpman on the ankle. Red hits the branding, and obviously the biggest difference would be velvet instead of leather and patent leather. Personally, I think these are going to do pretty well just because I've seen a lot of people get excited about them, but they are GR. There's going to be tons of pairs available, so it'll be interesting to see. But if you're interested in grabbing them, they drop on November 11th for $230. The next and final set of on-feet images that we have for this video is the Air Jordan 9 Olive. Now, I have this pair on hand, and I picked them up, but I haven't even opened the box yet. I haven't looked at them. And the reason for that is, honestly, I've been super busy, part of it. And the other part is I kind of want to wait until I do my video because I plan on dropping that on Wednesday about these and kind of unbox them to give you my live reaction. Because one thing I've noticed is the brown used, it's different shades in different photos. And of course that's due to the lighting, but the first set of images we saw, it was really dark brown. Now here, it doesn't look so bad. It doesn't really have the olive hue that it's known for, but what I will say is the leather on the upper looks a lot nicer compared to the last release, which was in 2012. But you can expect me to drop a review video on these this week. I have a ton of stuff I need to release this week, including shorts, one review, at least one, and then another news video. But for those that want to pick this pair up, they drop on November 16th, and the retail price will be $210. For the last piece of news in this video, it's going to be an exclusive one, and that is that the Air Jordan 3 Pure Money is returning in fall 2025. So I heard this information about 3 to 4 days ago. I wanted to leak it right then and there, but unfortunately I had to wait. But nonetheless, I can confirm that the shoes will be returning in fall 2025. Now, for those that don't know, this pair originally released in 2007, specifically on May 12th. Back then, they retailed for $125. Also in 2007, the Black Cat Air Jordan 3 was released. Now, although one pair is in all black, the other in all white, they have somewhat of a similar theme, and that is due to the elephant print placed on the laces, which is very subtle. And with the Black Cat nickname and the shoes being in all black, the Pure Money nickname is a play on the shoes being in all white. Also, behind the heel tab, if you pull it back, embroidered is pure in the money sign. Now, there was a somewhat similar pair that was released in 2018. Those are known as triple white or pure white, and the biggest difference between the two would be that the triple white pair featured a translucent outsole. It also lacks the pure money embroidery and doesn't have elephant print on the laces. So this pair features a white and metallic silver colorway. It comes with white leather up top. We have elephant print around the toe and heel. That's done in a very light gray. And then metallic silver hits the eyelets and fills in the Jumpman on the tongue and heels. Like I mentioned, one of the highlights is pure in the money sign embroidered inside of the heel tabs. And other details includes subtle elephant print on the laces, a white midsole, and a matching rubber outsole. So more than likely this pair will drop in full family sizing, although I don't have 100% confirmation on that. They're going to be released part of Jordan Brand's fall 2025 collection, which means the release will take place between July and September. Also, the retail price is expected to be $200. Let me know your thoughts on this pair returning down in the comment section below. Also, in comparison to the Black Cat Air Jordan 3, which one do you like more? And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. As well, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Again, I just dropped 2 new shirts, one known as Need for Speed, the other is Spooky Hours. There is a link in the description below to both shirts, which will take you to shop.SneakerFiles.com. And yeah, I greatly appreciate your guys' support. If you pick one up, make sure to tag me. If you picked up an OG SF shirt as well, tag me on Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. I'll make sure to share on my stories or retweet it, whatever it may be. Like always, it does help the channel and it's greatly appreciated. Now, this week, as for upcoming videos, I have a busy week. I have shorts, I have a review, another news video, a lot of stuff I'm sitting on and I'm waiting to officially leak from Jordan Brand and Nike. So yeah, make sure to be subscribed because there's going to be a ton of stuff coming. But for this video, let me know what you liked or disliked down in the comment section below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.